Now, from the University of Okoboji, it's Okoboji Broadcast with Jeff Thee.
Welcome to Okoboji Broadcast, everybody. I'm Jeff Thee, right here from our studios at Arnold's Park Amusement Park. I have here with me today Keaton Verner, Officer Keaton Verner from the Milford Police Department, and Officer Ryan Voss of the Spirit Lake Police Department. Guys, thank you for taking time here with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Well, we wanted to talk about that time of the year has come up, and our local schools are coming up with prom, and we wanted to talk about prom safety. You know, prom should be a time of, as we would remember, fun and memories being made, but there's also a safety factor. There's a danger factor out there with going out and having too much fun, and we wanted to talk about that today.
Absolutely. You know, prom's a big thing for students, high schoolers. It's one of the main things that they look forward to the most, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of kids don't take it as seriously as they should at some points. And so we just try to tell them safety and how they can be safe during their activities. Exactly.
And Ryan, what are just some good tips for kids to adhere to keep in their minds of, I want to have a good time, but I also have to be cognitive of things going on around me?
Yeah, I think they try to hopefully not let loose too much, and that's where they'll run into issues. So if they do choose to drink, we're going to be at the dance and the after prom and the grand march, so we don't want them to run into issues that way. Be in public intoxicated, as well as driving is always a big concern. Whenever someone's drinking and driving, we definitely don't want to put them at risk or put other people in the community at risk if they decide to choose.
I think that's what
beforehand.
Kids tend to forget. When we're young, we're invulnerable. In our heads. But they're also putting risk on other people out on the road if they choose to drink and then get behind the wheel.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. I think I read a fact the other day. It said most fatal accidents with teens happen between the months through April and June, and happens to be prom falls in with those months.
Prom and graduation, those celebratory events sometimes lead to that. Yeah.
And they're, like I said, they're great times for kids, and they just, like Voss said, they like to let loose a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and we want to make sure, and like you said, officers are going to be out on patrol, but it's just easier if they say, you know what, I'm going to go have a good time, enjoy my prom, and I'm not going to drink this prom. And parents have to play a part in this as well. We were joking before, parents, sometimes kids don't listen, but parents always have your best interest in mind. And when they tell you that, they want you're their children, to come home in one piece after prom. And it does happen. It does. We hear of accidents and jaws of life having to be used to pull kids out, and we just want our Spirit Lake Okoboji students, Terrell, Lake Park, to just enjoy this time, but be smart and not be doing things that are going to get them hurt.
Yeah, be smart. And I think, the Okoboji kids know I'll be there for the dance. I like to hang out and have fun, and they know I'm there for the after prom as well.
Yeah.
But I like to tell parents too, if I have a chance to have a conversation with them, I say, make sure you might have a plan with your kid. Maybe ask who they're hanging out with. Maybe talk to other parents, stuff like that. I know a lot of our kids will hang out at after prom for a little bit and then kind of go off and do their own thing.
Sure.
So I like to tell parents to try to get a plan or an idea of what they're going to be doing, but doesn't always go so well sometimes.
Well, and you know what? And you guys play such an important role in that. And last time we talked on school bus safety, I think that in-school officer, resource officer, makes such a difference. Not in just keeping things safe, but learning that officers are there, our peace officers, to keep us safe. They're not just there to catch you if you do something wrong. They're there to keep you safe and be a guide for you as well.
Right. I wouldn't say we're there to get kids in trouble for prom. We're not there to make sure kids aren't showing up and doing something wrong. Yeah. It's an event where there's a lot of students and a lot of staff members, and it's just there to keep everyone safe, and we just keep an extra eye out for other things as well.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in and talking about this. Anything else to add before we go?
Yeah, I just hope that they enjoy it and they, like I said, don't take it too far to where it kind of ruins the night for them. Other than alcohol, a lot of kids have issues with vaping and stuff like that. We really don't want to see kids leaving and then coming back having to vape or bringing that in because, like at the after prom, we do look through bags and stuff like that. So if there's any open containers or vapes or anything like that,
narcotics, of course,
if they get caught with that sort of thing, it's really going to put a damper on the night, and we just want them to have a great prom.
Exactly. I think that sums it up perfectly right there. We want them to have a great prom, safe prom, and have memories they can carry with them, hopefully for a long lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
All right. Officers, thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you so much.
All right. We're a pleasure to have our officers from Milford and Spirit Lake here with us today. Kids, have a nice, safe prom and keep those memories with you for your entire lives. And we thank you for watching us right here on Okoboji Broadcast. Okoboji Broadcast from the studios at historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park is brought to you in part by West Wealth Management, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services. Advisor Jan Spielman, AJ Spielman, and Erica Wachholz. The headquarters of the University of Okoboji is at the Three Sons, open Monday through Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday from 10 to 4. Bank Midwest, dream big, plan wisely, live well. Lakes Regional Healthcare and Avera Partner. Beck Engineering in Spirit Lake. Be Radiant Laser Skin Studio in the Okoboji Plaza in Okoboji.